it's Rubel. Today, I've got something super interesting to share with you. We're going to look at a real survey released by the Japan Tourism Agency, all about the top things foreign travelers found frustrating when visiting Japan. Now, Japan is often praised for its amazing hospitality, safety, and just how comfortable everything feels, right? But, believe it or not, some travelers still run into problems that make them go, wait, what am I supposed to do now? So, do you think any of these will sound familiar to you? Let's dive right in and find out. This ranking is based on a recent survey conducted by the Japan Tourism Agency between July and December 2024, with results released in 2025. They asked visitors from overseas what kind of troubles or frustrations they experienced while traveling in Japan. And guess what? Even the smallest inconveniences can actually leave a pretty big impact on the overall trip experience. So today, I'm going to show you the top 5 things that foreign tourists found the most challenging. Can you guess what ranked number 1? Stick around to the end to find out. Top 5 problems foreign tourists faced in Japan. Number 5, no problems at all. Surprise! Coming in at number 5 is, I didn't have any problems. Now that's a result the Japanese tourism industry can feel proud of. According to the survey, about 30% of travelers said they didn't run into any issues during their trip. That's a pretty big sign that Japan is becoming known as a safe and stress-free place to travel. Let's hear what some travelers had to say. It was my first time in Japan, but the hotel staff were super polite and the trains ran exactly on time. As long as I had my smartphone, everything was smooth. From the United States, people were really kind. Even when shop staff didn't speak English, gestures worked just fine. I had so much fun! From Taiwan. Hearing more and more feedback like this really makes me happy as a Japanese local. It's nice to know that many visitors had a smooth, enjoyable trip. Number 4, lack of multilingual signs. At number 4, we've got not enough multilingual signs. Or they're just confusing. Yeah, I totally get this one. It's true that in a lot of train stations and tourist areas, you'll find signs in English, Chinese, and Korean these days. But depending on where you are, there are still places that are Japanese only. And even when translations do exist, sometimes they're, well, let's just say they don't really make sense. Here's what one visitor said. When I went to see a temple in Kyoto, there were signs saying things like main hall and reception for worship, but I had no idea which way the entrance was. I got totally lost. From France, another traveler mentioned, I was at a restaurant and the menu had something called yakimono. I spent 5 minutes wondering, is that grilled fish? Steak? From Singapore, to be honest, even Japanese people might think yakimono means pottery at first. If signs and menus were just a bit more specific, I think a lot of travelers would feel way more comfortable exploring on their own. Number 3, public transportation. Coming in at number 3 is using public transportation. Honestly, even we Japanese people get confused sometimes, especially in big stations. There are just too many exits. You'll hear this all the time. I had no idea which way to go. And when you're outside the city, local buses and trains often don't have English signs, and the schedules can be super confusing. One visitor shared, I wanted to get out the south exit at Shinjuku Station, but I ended up at the east exit and had to walk like 30 minutes to get where I was going. From Australia, another person said, at a countryside bus stop, I couldn't figure out which direction the bus was heading. I tried asking the driver, but we didn't understand each other, so I just let the bus go. From South Korea, yep, Japanese trains and buses are super punctual and reliable, but some parts of the system seem designed for people who already know how it works. And when you're traveling, even a little confusion can turn into a big headache, especially when you're on a tight schedule. Number 2, too few trash cans. At number 2, we've got something that really surprised a lot of travelers. There aren't enough trash cans. I know, it sounds kind of silly at first, right? But this came up a lot in the survey. Japan is known for having super clean streets, but when it's time to throw something away, suddenly there's nowhere to do it. That mismatch really catches people off guard. One visitor said, "I bought a rice ball at a convenience store and carried the wrapper for 20 minutes all the way to the station. There just weren't any trash cans." From Germany, another traveler shared, "I ate ice cream in a park, but I couldn't find anywhere to toss the cup. So I ended up carrying it around in my bag the whole day." From Malaysia, actually, there's a reason for this. A lot of public trash bins were removed for safety and anti-terrorism measures. Still, I totally get it. When you're traveling, you just want to throw stuff away and move on with your day. So yeah, Japan is super clean, but throwing things away? Kinda tricky. Number 1, trouble communicating with staff. And finally, the number 1 issue foreign tourists faced in Japan is having trouble communicating with staff. Yep, this is the area where most travelers felt a little anxious. Whether it's checking in at a hotel, ordering food at a restaurant, or asking for directions, that "oh no, will they understand me?" moment comes up a lot. One person shared, "When I checked into my hotel, I didn't know if I was supposed to show my passport or fill out a form." The staff looked confused too. We ended up using hand gestures to figure it out. From Canada, another traveler said, "I went to an izakaya, but there was no English menu, and the staff looked super nervous. In the end, I just ordered the daily special. It tasted amazing, but I felt a little bad for making them uncomfortable." From the UK, and of course, not speaking English isn't a bad thing at all, but just showing that you want to help and want to connect can go such a long way for a foreign visitor. That little effort makes people feel so much more at ease. So, what did you think? Today we looked at the top challenges foreign visitors face in Japan. Did any of them sound familiar to you? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Here on Earth's Japan channel, we share tons of tips to make your trip to Japan more fun and stress-free. So don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!